Hi, good day. I'm Daniel Kek, and I started this Python series for people who want to learn how to code. I figured out that most people would love to learn AI, which is artificial intelligence. It's something that I learned years ago, and guess where I learned from? I started learning from Python, did data analysis, and the first place that I got my first virtual degree was Codecademy. So today I'm going to be teaching you artificial intelligence, AI, free of charge. It's going to be a series of video. So if you have any questions, you can ask below. So why would you want to learn AI? Now that would be a topic for another day, but if I'm going to give you a straightforward answer, it's easy. With AI, you'll be able to automate things that can readily improve by itself. So you must probably seen lots of AI tools. They help you rewrite article, they help you write codes, they help you, edit pictures, they help you detect things. AI is simply creating a computer software that'll be smart enough to keep improving. So this simply means if you create a normal software, the way you created it is just how it's going to be. It won't improve, it will just be there. If anybody has to improve it, it has to be you. But when you create a software using AI, which is artificial intelligence, it can constantly update itself as more data comes in. So before we get into AI, I'll start teaching you Python. I created up a free course. I've been teaching about Python free of charge. It's not something you have to pay, so don't start thinking what is the catch. It's free. I have a YouTube channel called Daniel Kek Coding School. You can simply just go there and go and learn how to code. Whether you want to learn how to create a website, you want to learn how to create a web app, you want to learn front end, back end, anything related to software programming, you will learn it free of charge. Now that is if you want to learn it on YouTube. If you want to come over to my office here in Abuja, again you can come there, but there's a fee involved. So if you're learning online, it's free. If you're learning offline, you get to pay a fee. But I'm not going to be talking about learning it physically. I'm going to teach you how to do it online. So I started up this course the other day while I was talking about Python, which is one of the first things we need in order to create our softwares. And we were working with Codecademy. I actually started up this video. Let me go back to my catalog. Okay, let me switch over to Windows. Let me over to my catalog. On my catalog, I'll head over to Python. So on Python, we've been able to make just little progress. We started up the course, which is I started up the course again just so I can teach people, and I think 0%. So we've not really done anything. But the aim is as time goes on, I'll keep teaching you, one step at a time. So let me scroll down and click on get started. So Python is one of the most versatile programming language, and it's actually a programming language everybody loves. As a software programmer, if you're not familiar with Python, you probably just know HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Node.js. You're just basically a web developer. When you start coding on Python, Python is a programming language you can use for both hardware, both software. You can automate things software with you can automate things like software based, like you can create software automation tools, crypto trading software, crypto trading bots, forex trading bots. You can automate detection systems. You can create anything you want to automate, anything you want a software to do, like anything. Okay, let's just assume anything you could do on a software manually, you can use Python to automate the whole process. You can use Python to craft an operating system. You can use Python to override a software and be able to inject things and automate things. So Python is really very powerful. Now that is for the software. Hardware, you can use Python to create security systems. Years ago, I created my first biometric door. You see this thing that is now popular. Everybody does fingerprint, you fingerprint. I did it years ago. I think I did it when I was 23 years old or 24. No, I think it was 23, 22, 23 because my head really hot that period. I bought this biometric. If you remember back then, about 8 years ago, 7 years ago, we have people who do registration of SIM card. So if you go to register your SIM card, there's this very small laptop. It's a very small laptop. They will bring that laptop, they will plug a biometric reader. So when they snap a picture, they will tell you put your hand, you put your hand. That's how they register SIM card. Now I bought that biometric reader, connected it to a Raspberry Pi, and I was able to create a biometric reading sequence. From there, I was able to create automated doors. I did a smart house. This Alexa, turn off the lights, on off the lights, open the window. I've done so many automations, and these are not things I'll just be telling you. These are things I'll start doing. I've been able to set up my studio, so more tutorials will be coming in like this. I'll teach you both Python basic, which is what we're doing. From basic, we'll go into AI, we'll go into software automation, we'll go into hardware automation. These things you can learn them on YouTube for free. If you're in Abuja or you want to come over to our academy in Abuja, it's right here in Apple Urban Shelter. You can come over to our office at Urban Shelter in Apple. sit down and learn physically with other students. So whichever you prefer, offline, online, got you. So let's head back into the tutorial. So Python is really very versatile. Back to what I was saying, you can use Python to do so many things. And I'm going to be walking you through to the basic of Python. So once you get the concept of Python, you can get it. Okay, so we talked about, my mic is too high. Let me reduce my mic frequency. I can see it's going to the high side. Let me reduce it a bit. Okay, perfect. Let me switch back to Windows. Okay, so we did a couple of things on Python. That was on the episode 1. We talked about comments and we talked about prints. So if you don't have link to the channel, I'm going to find a way to keep the link somewhere to the Danoke Coding School. It's something that you would really need to learn how to, code. If you want to learn how to code, it makes things easier. So today we're going to be learning strings. Now, if you're somebody who has coded before, you obviously know what strings are, but somebody who doesn't know how to, or who doesn't know stuff about coding, what a string simply means is just text. So the way computers are, you could have different type of tests, right? There are tests that are just mere tests. Those are the ones we call string. So they're just tests. It's more like a normal text message, right? And then we have, I think the easiest way to explain this is to read the explanation and then try to improvise it for you to understand. So let's read what they wrote here. Computer programmers refer to block of text as strings. In our last exercise, we created the string hello world. In Python, a string is either surrounded by double quotes or single quotes. It doesn't matter which kind you use, just be consistent. Okay, so let me explain what this simply means. So now, when it comes to computers, if you want to put a normal text, you either put it in double quotation like this. Let me zoom in so you can see clearly. Beautiful. You either put it in double quotations like this, like for instance, I can say Daniel, or you put it in single quotation like this, Daniel. So whichever you do, whether in double quotes, whether in double quotes, whether in double quotes or single quotes, this is how you put string. You put strings within quotes. So when you actually talk about a string in software programming, a string is just simply a normal text, right? The normal text it's just a text. You can't use it for anything. Now, if I want to have a number, or I want the computer to know something is a number, I can do something like 5. This 5 now is a number. You can see it is shining red. But the moment I put it in between, quotation mark, it becomes a test. Now I can do 5 times 5 here now. Sorry. I can do 5 times 5 here now, right? And it will tell me whatever result it is. 5 times 5 should be 25. So if I do this, I'm going to get something around 25. Now if I still do something like this, 5 times 5, it won't give me anything because it's already assuming this is nothing but a normal text. So what this simply means is when it is, something you just want to read out that will not be of any importance, or maybe just an information you want anyone to consume, or you want to just display, you put it in quotation mark. It's called string. But if it's something you would want to manipulate, you don't put it within quotation mark. Now it's not going to make sense at the beginning. Most of these things don't make sense at the beginning. In fact, it's already sounding confusing. What the hell is quotation mark? 2 quotation mark, 1 quotation mark. What is he not talking about? Numbers are not in quotation mark. He's not talking about 5 times 5. No, you don't have to be about Einstein or a very smart person. Coding is actually very easy. I think I know coding more than I think I understand computer languages more than Igbo, Yoruba, or Hausa. I've been in Yoruba. I've been in Lagos for a very long time. I don't know how to speak Yoruba. I'm currently in Abuja. I've stayed in Abuja for like 4 years plus right now. I don't know how to speak Hausa. I was born and brought up in the East because I'm an Igbo guy and I don't know Igbo. But you see the ones and the zeros, the 101 binary language, computer language. That is what I know. And to be honest with you, it is easier than any language at all. It's like very easy. But I think we would keep learning with more examples. Okay, so let's just call this a prologue. I want to go deeply into this. But let me show you what the channel is. So for those of you who would want to just come hop up. Now, whenever you head over to YouTube, this is where I'm going to drop a complete tutorial. So please go check it there. Whenever you head over to YouTube, please search for Daniel Kirk Coding School. Now this is where you would learn every single thing that has to do with Python, because I've been making more tutorials. Yeah, the last video I did was this was where I thought about the what is it called again? This is where I thought about the comments. So I'm going to continue this tutorial, but I won't be uploading it on this channel. This is Reynald's channel, or this is probably the Nokek channel, which is Nokek Gist. So I'm just making this as a promo. If you want to learn how to create softwares for free, head over to this channel. Now this is what you should do. Click on the Nokek Coding School. Before you click on here, hit subscribe. Yes, you have to subscribe for that's the most important thing. Head over to the Nokek Coding School. Now I'm going to put different playlists. At the moment there is no playlist, but I'm going to delete all this betting related stuff. You're going to have Python, Java, C++, as many courses I can afford. They will all be listed there. So you just go there and learn free of charge. Okay, so let me bump it up and call this a day. Head back here to my Mac. Head over here. Take this off. Okay, so the next time, this is the Nokek, and this is the first time I'm going to be making videos like this on software programming, but I intend doing them consistently. So please go over to the Nokek Coding School and sign up. I'll do my whole possible best to make this understandable. So now that has been established, let me head back to completing this tutorial we just did today.